Alright guys, good morning. Another video where I'll be giving my thoughts on Bitcoin, okay? So let's get right into it. Starting off on just quickly on the weekly, right? So I just quickly want to give some kind of a strategy or a way to sort of have targets to the upside when you're in price discovery, okay? So there's two ways that I really like to use. The one is, well, they're both actually measured moves, right? So taking an important move from back down here and then measuring the same move to the upside. Okay, so that's basically what it is. So there's two ways of doing it. The first one I use right here is by using a range. So the range from the all-time high to the all-time low of the bear market in 2018. Okay, so this measured move and then simply marking out the mid-range and the 0.25 and 0.75 level. Okay, as you can see, these levels have acted as pivots. So right here, supports, okay, deviated, resistance, sold off to the low, okay, and then reclaim support, boom, okay, support. As you can see, resistance here. Once we broke above, we went for the mid-range. Above mid-range, we went for the highs, okay. So I mean, just marking out that yearly range, and then simply copy pasting it, the same move above those. Okay, I copied it 2 times here, and then you have some clean levels to work with. Another way of doing it is by using the FIB extensions, the 1.618 and the 2 FIB extensions, and then taking the last down leg, which in this case is from this high to this low, and then measuring the move to the upside. And as you can see, the 1.618 level lines up beautifully right here with this range high level, and the 2 FIB level lines up almost perfectly with this range level, right? So nice confluence, and as you can see, no coincidence, this was the exact top some days ago, right? So I explained this this strategy or this way of having some kind of higher time frame targets on your chart with my group last week. Okay, all in advance, and yeah, as you can see, these levels clearly act as support and resistance. So that, with that being said, these are all the levels I'll be watching to the upside. If you're bullish on Bitcoin, okay, and you hold a lot of spots, those are the levels you want to trim some off and rebuy some on the retests of these key levels. The most important ones are the range high and range low levels. So that's this one, and this one. So a big one at 37,000 and a big one at 55,000 or 54,000. And then the ones in between, the mid ranges, okay, 45 and 28, and then the ones in between those, okay, also will act as key pivots, as we saw right here. Okay, so with that being said, those are the key levels on the higher time frames you want to be watching, and then of course you want to be zooming in on the lower time frames and look for distributive price action into those levels to look for hedges or to trim some off your spot backs, or look for bullish sweeps of the lows or bullish retests of those levels to hunt longs, right? So what am I seeing here on the lower time frames? Let's start off on the 2 hour. So first of all, mark out the key range that we're trading in, which is going to be this one. All right. As you can see, we made the high sort of blow off top right here because we sold off quite heavily after this. And then we grinded up again, made this low, key low, made a fairly equal low right here. Then we went for the highs, deviated above the highs. okay, retested mid-range, okay. I was pretty bullish here, but it was a weekend move, so we just swept the lows and dumped after again, then went for supply, and then we sold off heavily, okay. But I mean, it was nothing more than a stupid sweep of the lows, okay. So sweep of the lows. Then we saw a decent buyback, and now we're slowly grinding down into range low again, okay. In my opinion, there's nothing bearish about this, okay. So what we just saw was a sweep of the low, taking out stops below these lows, and now all we did was engineer liquidity to the upside, okay, clean highs above, like this, and we just had some sort of three drives pattern, or yeah, sweeps of the lows into the range low, okay. So in my opinion, we're at least going to retest the weekly open before potentially moving towards lower prices and retesting some higher time frame key levels to the downside, okay. Remember, we're still in a bull market, so dips are for buying. Well, this is a pretty good dip. We just swept these lows, like I said, so in my opinion, the highs are next, something like this. If you get a sweep of the highs into the weekly open and an ugly rejection, I mean, just the weekly open, if you're looking for a hedge or looking to get out of some exposure, or if you're in longs from down here, that's a solid spot to take some profits. If you sweep the highs into the weekly open and reject, okay, see the funding spiking, the premium spiking, then that's definitely a good short hedge. And then look for lower, okay. But in my opinion, we just swept all of the key lows. We have unswept highs above, so in my opinion, the weekly open is next from here, okay. If we manage to reclaim the weekly open, okay, and then see bullish price action above here, also manage to reclaim this range high level, key level, okay. If we start bonking against this resistance again, I think we're just gonna smash through, okay. And then I'll be watching 25Ks, but then I honestly think we're heading into higher 20Ks, okay. If we, like I said, go for the highs into the weekly open and then fall back below this range, then I think we'll be getting some downside potentially towards this lower time frame consolidation area into, like I said, these higher time frame key levels. And what I'll be watching for right there will simply be something, some kind of range that builds up, and then a sweep of the lows in there, okay, and then you gig along, okay, all the way back towards higher 20Ks, okay. So then I'll be watching this. For now, like I already said, I'm expecting some upside. We swept the lows into range low. There's no reason to be bearish right here, okay. If we lose this, Monday low is most likely next, but for now, I think we're heading for the weekly open, all right. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like the video. That helps me a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.